All right, and we are back. Brendan, bro, we're back at it again.
Oh
Welcome
yeah.
back, my friend.
What's up? I'm excited.
Oh man, dude, listen, I've always been excited to have you on. You know, it's an honor to not only be friends, but to follow your whole career and cheer you on. You, my friend, as I always say in the post, is an absolute legend, a weapon, and people need to keep their eye out because when you when you do come on, it's game over for everybody. So you guys heard it here first on Pin the Gas, by the way. It's yeah, Brennan, everything you do for the sport, you're so fast. Not only that is to me, you are the complete package. What I mean by that is you have the looks, right? You're a handsome guy, but not only that, you have the
Thank you.
attitude. Yeah, you're beautiful, right? You always smiling, you're good at social media, you're super fast, and that's what people want. That's what this sport needs, is that complete full package. And and
Yep.
and, and you're orange, right? So with the goes along
The
with the orange
ginger.
cat, right? There you go with
Yeah,
the hat you got
exactly.
on. I love it, man.
It matches.
So, man, what's up, man? The first time I had you on, we heard about your story. I had two goofy guests on at that time too, as well,
Mm-hmm.
Dustin and Eli. So let's just pick
Yep.
it up where we left off last time, man. What's been going on in 2024, and how did all this come together for you with Orange Cat in 25?
Oh man. Well, I finished the AFM season as number one. Yep.
Love it, dude. I love it.
Yeah, and then we went to CVMA and we did pretty good there. I had some gnarly crashes, but we picked back up and I won two races in the shootout. I think it was pretty good. Raced against David Anthony most of the season and Owen Williams, and then I actually raced with Josh Hayes for a couple of races too. That was pretty awesome.
So, real quick, let's run that back. Josh Hayes, what a
Yep.
legend, right? And to
Oh
be
yeah.
on the track with Josh, I know you learned a ton just by following him.
Yeah, his racecraft is crazy. It's really good. I did beat him in one of the races, but he beat me in the important one, the shootout race. But it was a good learning experience.
For sure. He was like, "This kid is not beating me again in this second race. I got this." Yeah, I love it,
He's
man. I
got it.
love it.
He's so fast.
Dude, he's another one that I've been watching for. Oh shoot, man, I've been watching Josh Hayes for a while. I remember I heard when I first heard of Josh Hayes, it was in 2001,
Mhm.
2002, something like that. I heard about him coming in. There's this fast kid, Josh Hayes. Baba, he's a little bit older. He kind of got a late start, but he's fucking mopping the floor.
Oh yeah.
And then I watched him. I was like, dude, this kid right here, well, this man right here is just
Yeah.
bro. And to still see him right now at 50 years old,
He
where
still got it.
bro, still got it. That passion's never left, and that's
No.
one of the beauties about our sport. Do you find a lot of people when they done, they hang up their leathers, or they either stay in the paddock or they're just out totally.
Mm-hmm.
And I often wonder, Brendan, like when people retire, let's say like Matt Mladen, right? Like,
Yep.
what do they do for themselves, and how difficult is it for them to step away?
I I can't imagine stepping away at this point in my life. I don't think I can.
You won't. You don't need
It's
to.
so fun.
It's going to be many, 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 many moons away before that ever happens, and
Yeah.
countless champions and people are going to be like, "Dude, we're tired of Brennan just mopping up, man. Just I wish somebody else would come along." It's
That's the
going to be
dream.
that for you.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. Look, man, we got another legend in the house just chimed in. Jeff Servin, my man from Chef Eats. What is up, Rocket
So
Man? Love it, man. Anyway, Josh Hayes just I was like, bro, how epic is that, right? And then
yeah.
yeah, so seat time out there in the West Coast, mopping everybody up and well, everywhere the CRA, CVMA,
DVMA, AFM.
all that good
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
I love it. Oh my
Yeah.
God. So the end of 2024 to start in 2025, man. Tell us how this whole Orange Cat thing come to be. I'm excited.
Well, Jason Uribe.
The
He had been
legend.
mentioning me to possibly be on the team. And beginning of the year, I started talking with him. The team manager, Jeff, I spoke with him and he gave me some ideas on what he was thinking about. I was possibly going to be the racer, or he was talking to one other rider, Andrew Lee, of course, see if he could be on the team. But he also pitched me being a test and development writer. So they're gonna develop me on a stock 1000 bike, and I'll test on the Light Fighter, the electric bike. It's pretty cool.
I want to
But
talk about
yeah,
that electric bike for sure, right? I remember
yes,
when they first come out in MotoGP, they had the E Championship, and I was like,
yeah, Moto E.
yeah, this is kind of crazy, right? Because it's
Isn't it coming
different.
back? It's back.
It's back, right?
Yeah,
So
it's crazy.
it's good to see, I say unfortunately because we all love the smell of the race fuel and the sounds
Of
and the
course.
clings and the clacks and all
Yeah.
that good stuff. But watching Moto E in real life was eye opening. I didn't realize how fast they are. And it's weird because when you go to a race, you're used to hearing the sounds, and it's not, you hear the brakes and the tires and the squealing,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it's like this little kind of whistle whine.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
wine
and that's
going
it,
by
right?
you.
And you're like,
Cool.
bro.
Yeah.
So tell me about it, man. Is it heavy? Is it as fast as your 600? Is it
So there's give and take. It's got a lot of torque, no top end. So you gotta balance that out. But I believe it's under 400 pounds. I think that's what I was told, but the thing feels so light. Like it carves into the corners so fast. It's so nimble, but the torque is crazy. As soon as you crack the throttle, you're getting torque. So you got to be careful. But compared to my 600, I think like the only downfall is the top end. It it turns in the corners way nicer than my bike. Of course, it's a street bike, so it's not a race bike. But the Light Fighter, it's a purpose built race bike. It's meant for the track.
it's a beautiful machine.
It
I
is.
will it's absolutely gorgeous. So did you have to change your lines at all? Being an electric bike, did any of that change?
No, it's pretty like 600 oriented, so roll speed, corner speed, all that type of stuff. It's just I think the exits of the corners is a little different because of the torque. So like the slower corners, you gotta pick the bike up, or you're gonna be high siding yourself. I almost did that at the last round at AFM, coming out the last corner. Got a cold tire, and I was a little excited. I Superman, fell off the side of the bike, both legs on one side. My butt caught the seat, and I saved it. But it's wild. Two people saw me do that, and they came up after me and like, "Dude, are you
Bro,
okay?"
legend. See,
But
yeah,
yeah, it's sick.
I bet, right? And it's I figured it's because it's not a big bike, but the chassis is fairly large. I would assume on that because you can't really see much. It's mostly battery, so it's got
Yeah.
really low center of gravity, and that's also what
Hmm.
helps give you
They put
that.
it where you want it. Yeah.
Right, right, dude. That's sick, man.
Yeah.
So, and you actually raced it too, correct?
Yes. At
Yeah.
the first two rounds of AFM, one Button Willow. I was with Jason at the time. We were just breaking lap records with it. Well, not lap records, bike records. Um, and then the last round at Thunder Hill, I was by myself riding the V3. It's a gnarly bike. It's awesome.
I bet. Was it hard for you to get used to it not making no sound and you squeeze the brakes? You're like, I didn't realize the brakes were that loud. I didn't realize the tires, talk to me like that. Well, you feel
It's
it, but listening to it's different.
Yeah, it's odd. Like at Thunder Hill, you're going down the straight and you're like, there's nothing happening right now. I could just hear wind. It's it's weird.
I
But
bet.
other than that, it was just wind noise. You could just hear the wind.
Yeah, that would, that's a whole brain, mental part of it too, right? Just trying to
Hmm.
wrap your head around that.
Yeah.
We got, obviously, Aunt Lee Terry, right?
It doesn't ring a bell.
Aunt Lee Terry, yeah, he's out there. He has the Racer 411
Oh no,
program.
yes, I do. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Big shout
Yep.
out to Aunt Lee Terry, the Racer
Yes, I do.
411 program. You guys go check it out. If you guys are at CRA, you go to Racer 411
Hmm.
at race/cra.com. Let's
I
go.
remember him now.
Yeah,
I
he's
saw the
abs.
I saw the bike. I'm a big face guy. I forget names sometimes.
Dude, I'm so bad at names. I'm the
Yeah.
worst at remembering names. And dude, don't even ask me to spell something for you because I'll be like, bro, I spell like a
My
third
name
grader.
especially, it's hard.
Dude, I always mess up your name. I
It's
always put a
fine.
O in it, not
It's
a E.
normal.
I got to remember. I'm like, it's an E, not an O.
It's
E,
all
not a O.
E's, one T.
Yeah, yeah. It's different though. It's okay to
It
be
is.
different. I
Yeah.
like it. I like it. So
Hmm.
going into 2025, man, it's a huge opportunity with you with Orange Cat, right? It also
Yep.
takes that father and son time away from you being on the West Coast doing all those races too, as well, right? So has that
Yeah.
been challenging for you?
It has. But at the last round of Road America, my dad was there helping Jasmine Nichols, or Panda. Some of you know, he was there, so I got to see him. But yeah, the time away from him, it's a little hard because it's normal for me to be with him on a race weekend. But it's definitely a learning experience.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't want to say
Yeah.
you and your dad are not a proper team because you're freaking absolute legends together, obviously.
Hmm.
But now that you're, I guess I would say a proper team in Moto America, where your dad's not doing all the work, everybody else is doing the work. You just sit in the chair and say it's
Yeah.
doing this. Has that been a change for you too as well?
Not really. My dad's pretty good at this, but we kind of have the same ish program, but they're like there's a lot more people in there in Orange Cat. But Derek Keys and John Righty, they've been helping me on my ZX6. It's mostly the same thing. Like I give my feedback to Derek when we could get him on the weekends, and he makes changes. And John and my dad are really good at working on my bike, so it's similar, but Orange Cat has like BMW technicians and Alpha technicians. They got higher class people.
Oh, for sure, right. And speaking of John, it was an honor to finally meet him at Road Atlanta. I
Yep.
walked by. He actually seen me first to come up to him. I was like, "Bro, what is up, John?" He introduced me to Dion Campbell, which I had on my
Yep.
podcast too as well, which is
Hmm.
also a freaking fast guy.
He's gnarly.
Dude, he's a legend too.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, and then me and John were just sitting there just chatty cat.
Yeah,
It's hard on the weekend because I think he was in the middle of changing out a rear shock or something, and
I yeah
yeah, so we didn't get a chance to talk. I remember him saying that on the Olins it had you put an air valve on it, and that's how you adjust the spring preload, take the
yeah
tension
the
off the top
pneumatic
ring.
preload
Yeah.
adjuster. Yeah,
So I was like, dude, I'm gonna let you guys get to it. I just wanted to say hi, let's go, right? So
yeah. It's hard catching
it,
up.
bro, I get so excited when I go. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna do this and this and this. Of course, I usually do everything I set out to do. It's just this much time I get to spend with everybody instead of this much time.
Yeah,
Even after the festivities are over, let's say Friday, your practice, all that shit's done, right? Then you go
yeah,
over the data, bike setup, yada yada yada, and then
yeah,
by then you're hungry, you're tired, you just want to relax and eat and go to sleep, right?
yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah, man, all
Yeah.
too familiar with it for sure.
Hmm.
Good
Yeah.
stuff, man. Good stuff. So, dude, I'm super excited for you, man. I'm
Oh yeah.
pumped. I think it's great.
It's a really unique opportunity, and I'm happy I'm in with it.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
you know, uh, I said this at the beginning. You guys watch out in Moto America because this guy right here, he's coming. And when he does land, it's over. I mean, it's just
Oh
over.
yeah.
So, yeah, man. Awesome. So, have you ever thought about going overseas and racing at all, like BSB or
Oh, of course. But it's like the logistics. It's a little hard.
a little expensive to fly back and
Yeah.
forth, right?
I feel like it's probably similar, but making that sacrifice, it's a little easier staying here in the States. You don't
Then you,
have to.
well, you won't be away from home and your family, and you'll be out there by yourself, or maybe
Yeah.
somebody will come with you. But I
Hmm.
think you would absolutely murder it out there. I do.
It would be
Um,
cool. It's probably way different racing, like closer.
it, you don't watch BSB?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then
I've
we all
seen
know it's
clips.
absolutely
It's way closer.
phenomenal. Yeah. The
Yeah.
people are, it's funny because I say this. I get asked the question, what's it like BSB versus Moto America or Moto GP, right? They're all
Hmm.
absolutely amazing,
Hmm.
but they all have their own unique feel to it, their own atmosphere to it. The fans over there are absolutely ecstatic, where our fans
Yep.
here, not so much compared to them, right? It's kind of
Yeah.
you'll have those fanatics like me and CFE and people like that, but for the
Of
most
course.
part, it's over there, bro. On Friday, it is absolutely packed already. It's
That's crazy.
crazy.
I haven't experienced that yet.
It's
But hey,
gnarly.
Road America was pretty packed.
Road America was absolutely. I love to see all the people there. I
Yeah.
love to see how packed it was. I like Road America. It's one of my favorite racetracks. It's just a far drive. It's 14 hours for me to drive there. Yeah, so it's a haul, man.
Yeah.
Um, it's Road America is one of those tracks that you need to have a pit bike or some type of e-scooter or something to get around
Yeah.
unless you just,
There's so many different areas to watch.
bro, and it's so big, right?
Yeah.
One advantage that I see absolutely BSB has over pretty much any organization in the world when it comes to road racing is everything's like 6 hours away, all the tracks, right? So the
Yeah.
logistics, the traveling, it's the cost is way less than what it is obviously here in
Yeah.
Moto America. So yeah, just the flights, bro. I think you can do it. Dude, let's make this happen. I'm gonna make me some phone calls. I know some people out there in BSB. Let's get you out there,
That'd
man.
be cool.
Right. And Jason Uribe, he was out there in the Moto 3 bike, and we had Posh went
Yeah.
out there in one. So
Moto
I was,
3, Moto 2 bike also.
yeah,
Yeah, pretty good.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't see why you couldn't do it.
Oh yeah.
We need to get you and Orange Cat out there. That's what we need, right?
Yes, that
Brendan's
would
like,
be
yeah,
sick.
let's go.
Yeah. That team, they got some good guys.
Man, dude, listen. So funny
All
story
of
real
them.
quick. My buddy, man, I've had such a hard time. Remember Tim from CFE. I forget your last name, Tim. I'm sorry. He comes up to me. He's like, he see me sitting there talking to David, right? He's like, you know that guy? I was like, Dave, yeah, dude, that's my homeboy. He's like, dude, I want to be the mascot. I want to wear the Orange Cat mascot. I was like,
Yeah. I bet
let me
he
see what
would.
I
He'd be
could
good
do.
at that.
Listen, I said, let me see what I could do for you. So I went up to Dave. Me and him had a talk. I introduced them together. Dave's like, yep, let's make it happen. So in Jersey last year, the last round, my man Tim was the Orange Cat mascot.
Nice.
Pretty cool,
That's
huh?
awesome.
Yeah, man.
I
I
don't
looked
want
at,
to. I don't think I want to be inside that. That's hot.
bro, that's what I said. When he put it on, he was like this big. I was like, I know you got to be sweating in there. He's like, I need some
Yeah.
water. I was like, take off the hood. Here you go. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's good stuff. So, you're traveling around, obviously, with Orange Cat to all the Moto America races. So, obviously, your seat time on the West Coast has been trimmed down some, but
A
little bit, but you still get out there quite
Oh yeah.
frequently.
Mm-hmm.
So, when's your
I
next?
feel like I'm riding more this year than any other year.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I love it. When's
Track
your next round?
days. It's AFM at Thunder Hill on the 21st and 22nd. I believe.
This month?
Yes.
Well, I mean, everybody else, just letting everybody know right now, when you show up, you're only racing for second and third. So I'm just saying, look, Brandon's like, yep, that's exactly how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I love
believe
it,
Jason and Andrew will be there too. I believe.
Okay, so yeah, it's first, second, and third. Everybody else could be fourth, fifth, and sixth. Then yeah, that's a no-brainer right there.
Yeah.
So how cool is it to hang out with Andrew and Jason?
Oh, it's awesome. I grew up with them, so
that's right, you did.
It's really cool.
Yeah. I keep forgetting Jason's out there and Andrew's out there on the West Coast.
Yeah.
That's man. It's just a lot of people out there on the West Coast. A lot of friends.
A lot of
I try
good
to
people.
keep up. Man, it is.
Yeah.
I try to keep up with it all. It's
Cam, Bobby,
bro,
fast guys,
bro, legends of the sport, right? Well, I'm excited, man. And the end of the month, you're going to go out there and mop up. And then you're going. The next round for Moto America will be. Is it VR? No, the Ridge.
I won't be going to the Ridge, but that is the next one.
Okay.
Yeah,
because you're going to be racing.
Around.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Stock 1000 don't go out there.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting because they change the schedule up every year.
It's weird, but I mean, they're trying to change it up.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
But it also makes it difficult on, fun wise for some of the privateers to make all the rounds when
of course
we're so spread out. So
it's hard for the East Coast guys to go to one or two West Coast.
I mean, honestly, it really is. I would love to see them somehow do like in a West Coast Championship Moto America, East Coast Championship Moto America, and the top 10 of both championships come in the middle, Barber, Road America, somewhere, right? And then final battle for supremacy.
That'd be so cool.
Right?
There's no professional level tracks in West Coast. There's 2 or 3. No, Utah, Ridge and Laguna.
Laguna. But Laguna,
Yeah.
the track days there are just
Yeah,
it's
it
money
is.
for sure. And
Yeah.
so I've been to Laguna '05, first year MotoGP comeback.
Hmm.
Mickey won the race. It was absolutely amazing, beautiful track. The weather was gorgeous. Um, the freaking corkscrew, like, they say it's 11-story drop, but when you're physically there and you're looking up
Yeah.
the hill, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Bro, I walked up it like 5 times, and finally I was like, I'm not going back up it again. Like
Nope.
I'm done. Like just done,
Yeah.
right? So tell me what it's like to actually ride Laguna Seca, man.
Oh, it's crazy. I don't really feel like the corkscrew's that gnarly, but it's really fun to go down it.
It's like a roller coaster because you're up over
It
the
is.
hill and you're wham, and then
Yeah.
and the gravity. Yeah,
Yeah.
gravity
Yeah. I
takes you
have
down.
fun sometimes. Like we go there for track days sometimes with Chris McGuire, and I'm riding my stock white ZX6. I still got the horn, so they're filming me going down it, and I'm bumping the horn. It's fun.
Lighten up the rear tire coming out of rainy curve. Yeah.
Try it now.
Right, man. and,
Yeah.
and then and then people don't realize how flat it gets down there at the bottom too, just
Yeah.
straight flat for like maybe a half a football
Like,
field. Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're going back up, and to me
yeah.
turn one is the most crazy corner there is at Laguna Seca because it's blind, depending on what
Yeah.
bike you are, fifth, fourth gear, tapped, cresting
Fifth
the
gear.
hill.
Yeah.
Got to know where you are on the track, and you just kind of close your eyes, hold your breath, and you're like, okay, I'm through, I got a break.
Yeah. It's fun. You can feel the front tire getting light, and you go down. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
sweet.
absolutely. And have you done any track time at the Ridge before?
I've been there once in 23 on a twins bike. Didn't really have the best experience. I crashed pretty good, but it's a fun track. I didn't really get it too good. I wasn't super fast, but it's all right.
You come on, man. You're
I know.
always super fast. What are you talking about? So,
Comfort level.
right
Yeah.
there's a lot. We go to tracks, and sometimes we show up to tracks we absolutely love them, but we might not be that fast. We'll go to some tracks where we're just like, it's not my favorite, but you're absolutely mega fast on it, right?
Yeah.
Um,
It's all about the bike setup.
it,
Seriously.
and the tires, the two black round thing. That's what I tell everybody.
Those two. Yeah.
That's the most important. Is those two black round things that are this
Hmm.
big? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the most important.
Sticky rubber.
Right.
Why I like these.
Dude, listen, I'm a huge fan of Pirellis. They're always my go-to tire for sure,
Hmm.
street or track. They give the best feel. I'm not talking trash about Dunlop because they give great feel too, but I feel like when
Hmm.
the Pirellis go away, they're still semi-controllable and you still got a good amount of feel. Where like to me, I
Yeah.
don't know, I'm just not that fast anyway. When the Dunlops go, it's
No.
just like it's gone. It's
Yeah, I can see that. It's
so
just like the initial feel with the Pirelli.
because it's a softer tire anyway.
Yeah, the carcass is softer,
Yeah.
but it still lasts a long time. Like I use a SC1 front for like I would use it for 3 races, but
Wow.
yeah, and I think I've put like 60 laps on one tire.
That's pretty good. That endurance racing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You,
Daytona.
uh, Daytona. So I went to Daytona. It was my first time this year. It was
Hmm.
absolutely amazing.
That's cool.
You don't understand how big the place is until you show up, right? And the way,
I've never been.
oh, bro,
Want to
dude,
go.
it's that. So it reminded me of Indy when MotoGP used to be at Indy, right? When
Hmm.
you're on that front straight with the glass building, and dude, the bikes when they would come down there, I could literally scream in your ear and you wouldn't be able to hear me, right?
That's awesome. I
Dude,
love that.
I do too,
I
man. I'm
love
just on
that.
the fence. I'm just like, yeah, let's go,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. The other track reminds me of that too, just the way the bikes echo when they come down that straight at Daytona, because you got the big grandstand right there and the pitch right there on the left. It just
Oh
bounces and
yeah.
comes right back.
That's so cool.
Dude, then I watched the um where they do the tire changes, who could do it the
Yep.
quickest, right? Yeah, that was
Hmm.
pretty cool to see that
They're
whole
pretty
thing.
fast. They're
Bro.
pretty good at that.
Bro, I will say this. I think Ducati does have a little bit of advantage just because of the solo swing on it. It's bop,
Yeah.
bop. That's it. But as far as
Yeah.
the front go, man, I was like, holy shit. But
They're good.
it's also its own unique thing because there's no other place that we go to race that has quick change front and rear, right?
Yeah.
So that is kind of little put them out, slap it in, boom, done,
Yeah.
right? It's that easy.
It's still hard. You see them mess up sometimes.
That's the pressure, right? And
Yeah.
anxiety and all that coming to it because you don't want to let,
Yeah.
dude, I don't want to let you down. We don't want to let John down. We don't want to let this guy down, right? So it's
Exactly.
all that anticipation, man. It's awesome. So let's talk about your development, man. Being a test rider, how's that been so far?
It's really fun. I've ridden the M1000 two times now. At the beginning of the year on at Las Vegas, that was fun. I had to learn. Well, I wasn't 100% learning, but I had to learn how to turn the bike. Like it's completely different from a 600. You don't really want like 600 roll speed. You could get to that point, but it's changed. It's like point and squirt. That's the bike, and the electronics are crazy.
So that's something, coming from a 600, you don't really have an electronic. You can do a little ECU and
I
all that.
don't mess with nothing really.
Right. Well, right. I was gonna say when you get on that bike, it's like, dude, I got all these levers and buttons and all this engine brake and hand.
Yeah,
Like, what is this, right? Like,
yeah.
hey, you got to train your brain to not only focus on you doing what you do, but
Hmm.
I'm a big advocate of peripheral vision, right? So I'm standing at the camera up here, I see
Yep.
you here,
You
and I
gotta
see
look at
stuff going
everything.
on, right? So that's something too you got to put into focus more and learning where the buttons are, what yellow,
Hmm.
red, green, blah blah blah, and what they mean and all that.
And they make a difference.
100%,
They really do make a difference.
100%, right? And then so tell me your first experience on that BMW, the first time you threw your leg around it. I know you was probably super excited, a lot of
I was
anxiety
very
because I know I
excited.
would be nervous, like I don't want to
Yeah,
bend it. I don't want to bend it.
yeah,
I don't want to
yeah.
bend it.
Exactly. So I was going out by myself. So they let me go out by myself
Which is even
at
more
Las
nervous,
Vegas.
right?
Yeah, like you don't have someone to follow. Like I'm learning this configuration at Vegas because I've been there in the past in 2017. But um, track was slick. Of course, I was the first one. Well, one of the first ones out. But that the power, I was short shifting it, and the mechanic, well, the data guy told me, and he's like, "Dude, rev it out. Come on." I'm like, "There's more? What?" The top end is crazy.
And
The
then
bike is a little heavier, but it's not too much.
no, and
No,
going from obviously a 600 to the beast that the BMW is, and what a beautiful bike.
it's I love it. Love the way
Everything
it looks.
changes, right? Your riding position, your riding style, your entry, your exit, the way you brake, your braking
Mm-hmm.
markers, your turn in points, all that is completely different than
Yeah.
a 600. Because on the 600, it's roll speed, corner speed, come out, stand it up. Where the BMW, like you said, is square it off, pick it up, get on the
Yep.
throttle as hard as you can.
Yeah.
Danny
Try to get on the power.
Danny Perdosa's style. When he gets in the corner, as soon as he hits that apex, he stands the bike up while he's still leaned over, rolling on the throttle, and then he brings himself up and he's gone.
Yeah.
He was the best at that.
Uh huh.
Absolutely the best at that. Um,
Yeah.
so tell me about after you get off the BMW and then the first time you ride your 600 again, you probably get on there and you twist it. Even in first gear, you're like, did I drop a cylinder? What's going on here? What are we doing?
Well, so it wasn't really that big of a difference because I'm so comfortable on my bike. I know how it feels. Like if I was as comfortable on the BMW as I was on my ZX6,
It's over.
it's
Game
over.
over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
game over.
that's what we're shooting for. And the team is really helpful. They're telling, like Jason and Andrew, they're telling me how to ride the bike. They're giving me pointers, and Kirk, the crew chief, he's amazing. He knows how to set up a bike. He's helping me get comfortable setup wise on the bike. It's There's a lot you can do on setup and data to make you feel better. It's gnarly.
Which is a mind bender too, right? It's like, did I
Hmm.
just plug into the matrix? Like I see all this green stuff coming down. Like what is going on, right?
Yeah, the buttons do a lot of things. Yeah.
I could only imagine. I haven't had the honor to ride a BMW SR
Hmm.
yet. I want to. They're at I rode a 1200
It's
GS Adventure, but it's nowhere near the same, right?
no.
Yeah,
If you get the chance to ride an alpha bike, you're not gonna want anything else.
I
Seriously.
guarantee it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guarantee it. It's I could see where, the whole Alpha team. I man, I forget the guy, Sebastian. Have you met Sebastian yet?
I'm not sure yet. We have Mihail and Jules. They're both the Mihail is the data guy, and Jules is just a technician. He helps the guys work on the bikes.
All right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Sebastian, I met him at Jersey in 23, and I forget the privateer's name that was on the Alpha bike. Um, shit. Anyway, he was staying at the same hotel, and I recognized him from the truck. I was like, "Hey, man, what's up?" I'm so cool. I mean, I'm friends with everybody. Hey,
Hmm.
man, what's going on? Blah blah blah. And dude, we hit it all. He was telling me a lot of cool stuff about the Alpha bike. The next day, I got my pad out. I got underneath the pin. He was showing me all this stuff, and I was just in awe. I was like, "Bro, this thing is just," and it was solid black carbon fiber. It was
It's so sick.
beautiful. It
Yeah.
is, man. And I've
Yeah.
never been a big fan of wings. I'm not gonna lie. Like I
Hmm.
just it changes the look of the bikes, right?
It does. Yeah.
It does play effect on the aerodynamics, of course. That's why we have the
Hmm.
wings, the downforce, and I hear that it's is. Did you notice it being a little harder to turn in because of the wings? But once it got in the corner, it was just
I think so. The first day at Las Vegas, it was so windy. That was like going into the front straightaway. You're still turning this way, going straight. It's crazy. In the electronics, you're just doing. But I didn't notice that. It's more set up going into the corners.
yeah. I was just wondering if you could tell any
Mm,
difference
not
with the
really.
front wings. I wonder if Andrew and them can. I meant to ask them.
I
I
think
always
they probably could because they rode like last generation and this generation because they're a little bit bigger.
just a little
Believe it
bit.
or
I seen
not,
them. I was like, "Holy shit, dude! They're
they're
like this."
huge.
Yes. What are we doing? Right? Like,
Yeah, but it
oh
makes a
man.
huge difference. They're matted going over the hump in Road America. It's
And
crazy.
that also has to play with the electronic game coming
Of
in too,
course.
right? Because now
Yeah.
that you'll be on the alpha bike, that man, you can change the tracks, all that in each and every gear. It's certain
Engine
RPMs,
braking.
dude, bro. It's like I would get lost. I'm like, you know what? This is what I feel. You do your magic, and I'll just ride the thing.
Yeah,
A lot to learn for you this year, man.
a lot.
I love
But
it.
it's going good. It's the team's really helpful.
So when's the next time you do the test and tune?
I believe sometime in July, early July.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
I know you're excited.
Oh yeah.
Do you wear your normal Kawasaki suit when you go out there and test, or do you have a separate
So
test the
I
others?
do have a separate suit
Because
for
you're
them.
official. What I mean, what?
Yeah, they have their sponsors and they would like me to wear that to support them and be like that. But at home, I do rep my guys.
Of course you do. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you, right? And you've been on the, if I'm not mistaken, the only thing you pretty much raced as far as the 600 is that Kawasaki.
Yep.
You know,
That's the only 600 I've raced.
what made you guys choose the Kawasaki?
Um. So like when we first wanted to race 600s, a good friend of my dad's, Eric Child, he had bought one and he rode it for a little bit. I was still injured because in 2020 I was messing around on a motocross bike and broke my leg. But into 2021 he sold it to us for a bargain. We couldn't pass up that deal. So that's basically how it started.
And you
And
fell
of
in love,
course, Corey Ventura was racing one too, and it was pretty
another
sick.
legend, right? And
Yeah,
it's good to see Corey back on the Aprilia.
yeah, he's on the Aprilia. I talked to him a little bit at the end of Sunday. He was just fighting comfort
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
bike.
I talked to him at Cycle Jam. Oh, I seen him at Road Atlanta too, and then
Hmm.
I didn't get a chance to talk to him very long. Actually, his
Super busy.
bro, absolutely. His girlfriend Hannah,
Yep,
wife. Uh, I had just got done with my wrist surgery. Man, my wrist was swollen. It was aching. She's like, "Oh, I work in medical. Just come on by and I'll take care of you." And they wrapped me up and gave me ice packs and all that cool
that's
stuff. But
cool.
the next following 2 weeks after that, Cycle Jam at Road Atlanta, went there, ran into Corey, and
Mhm.
yeah, that's what he said. He said it's just the getting the feel, the whole setup of the bike to make him comfortable because he's
Yeah.
been off the bike for a hot minute, So it's,
A while.
bro,
Yeah.
wow.
Gnarly.
And I told him, I was like, you are absolutely killing it. You've been on the bike, off the bike for X amount of years. Now you're back
Mhm.
on. You're not last. You're in the
No.
front, top end of the pack. You're
Yeah.
past midfield. You're up there, just getting back into it. So it's just gonna take a little bit of time to get used to a
Yeah.
form. Because have you ever rode in a Pro Euro Ducati before?
I have. I rode both stock bikes basically.
They're completely
RSV4.
different than Japanese bikes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's the only one on it going that fast. So he's got no one to go off of.
You don't have no setup, no previous data, no
It's your setup.
sprocket gearing, none of that.
Yeah.
It's all just showing up the weekend, which kind of puts you on the back foot,
Mhm.
racing a machine that
Yeah.
nobody else is racing. But it's also really, really cool
Yeah. It's
because
unique.
you're the odd duckling out there, right? Everybody's like,
Mhm.
"Oh, look at that, look at him," So yeah, man, good stuff, man. Well, I'm
Yeah.
super, dude. Not only am I proud of you, I'm super excited for you, man. I know
Thank
your
you.
your future. I always told your dad, which, dude, I love your dad more than anything. He's
Oh yeah.
absolutely amazing. Yeah. Um, I told him one of our first conversations, I was like, dude, Brennan's got what it takes. He's going to go so far in this sport,
Mhm.
110%. And
Yep.
look where you are now,
Yep.
right?
This
And
team is
on
the
top,
next step.
this is absolutely the next step, the next journey to your many championships that you are going to win.
Yep.
Um,
The dream.
the dream. And you're still working at hold up, don't say, let me remember where you said you was working at. Was it a grocery store or
Yeah.
Target? Okay.
No. It's Bel Air, but no, I quit.
You quit?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm done, people.
I'm done. No, the management, you know.
They're like, you can't miss all this time. You're like, what are you talking about?
No, they're really good about that actually. The the their system they gave me, well, also I joined them with them knowing I need all this time off. So they can't really say, "Oh no, you can't."
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's a big help, because it's hard to find a job. We'd be like, hey, I race
Mhm.
6 months out of the year. This is my whole race schedule. And they're like, holy shit, like
Yeah.
you're not full
Yeah.
time, you're part time for sure, right?
I had like 15 requests at once.
They're like,
They're like,
okay.
"Oh, okay." Yeah.
Oh man, I love it. So no full time work right now. Well, full time job is racing and learning and
Yes.
riding, right?
Yes.
So has that helped you at all mentally be better prepared and not have to worry about, man, I got to go to work and this and that and fighting
Yeah.
that schedule, right?
Yeah. It has. Definitely less stress. Like the last couple months I was working at the job, I was so stressed.
I
Like
bet.
the holiday season, it gets stressful. But yeah, I got a clear mind and I get a focus on what I love doing.
Which is pinning the gas, baby, a hundred
Exactly.
percent. And being with Orange Cat, and I say this all the time. You see riders that the best example I give all the time is Valentino Rossi. People are probably tired of hearing me
Mhm.
say this story, but it's so true. So you have somebody that was with a certain team where they wholeheartedly believed in them, 100%, and it obviously it showed.
Oh
Then you
yeah.
go to a different manufacturer, and you're not doing nothing you did on a bike, right?
Hmm.
A lot of that also has to do with the team environment.
Yep.
Them not listening to you, they're not trusting you 100% of your feedback and what you say. And the data guys, well, this is what the computer's saying, and you're saying, I don't give a shit what that's saying. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I
Yeah.
need to do to go fast, right? Another example is Jorge Lorenzo when he went to
Hmm.
Ducati, right? He
Yeah.
kept saying, dude, just give me this little support on the tank. When they finally gave him that support, what happened?
Hmm.
Right. So I tell everybody how important it is for a rider to be within a team that believes in them 110% because that
Yep.
frees your mind of focusing on what you need to focus on, which is getting
Yeah.
faster, getting smoother. Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
And with Orange Cat, you have that because they are
Oh, they're
everybody at
all
Orange Cats,
passionate. They're
dude.
all there 100%.
I love them.
Yeah.
They're such a great people. Even even if you don't know them personally, you walk by, you're like, hey, what's up, Orange Cat? And I'll stop and look at you, like, hey man, what's going on? All this.
Yeah.
Other teams out there, you stop by and they'll look at you like, hey, well, what's up? But they're just
They're all professional. They're like
right, which I understand that,
into it. Yeah.
right? But that's what separates Orange Cat from a lot of the other people in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Is they take that little, it's 3 seconds, 5 seconds. Hey man, what's going
Yep.
on, man? I'm busy. Oh, absolutely, RIC. I'll get back with you here in a little while, right? And then
Yeah.
every time I run into him, it's hugs and laughs and talking shit.
Yeah.
That, right? You already know
Yeah.
that all too well with
Of
David
course.
and
Yeah.
all. Yeah, man. That's all it is boom, boom.
In
Because
Road America, we had the light fighter displayed up there, and a bunch of people came over. We were talking to them, explaining to them what the bike was, and showing them what the development of it is, and it's pretty cool. There was a lot of people interested.
what it's probably going to be the future of the sport in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Yeah,
Probably.
I see a
I'm
spot for it.
maybe not in our lifetime, but
Mm-hmm.
in the future, maybe 50 years from
100%.
now. Yeah, once they figure out the whole battery technology, once that really takes
Make
off
it
to
safe and that
evolve,
type of stuff.
yeah, keep it
Yeah.
cool, more
Mm-hmm.
powerful, lighter, all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
I have a feeling once they get that nailed down, it's pretty much game over for even car vehicles and all
Yeah.
that stuff. I got a
Yeah.
buddy that bought a Tesla, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of Tesla, right? Do they
Me
look good?
neither. I don't like electric, but it's.
Bro, have you ridden in one of those?
I have not.
Dude, he put it in it was called ludicrous mode. He's like, hang
Yeah.
on, I'm gonna put this in ludicrous. So I say, we're gonna bump some ludicrous. He's like, put your seatbelt on. Man, I put my seatbelt on. He hit that well, it's not really gas, it's the electric
The
pedal,
pedal.
right? I'll call it that, right? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
And man, it threw me back in the seat, and I couldn't even lift myself up. I was like, holy shit, dude. I mean, it's
The
instant,
torque is crazy.
bro. I was like, he's like, dude, he's like, I mop up Camaros and Corvettes all day
I
long.
believe it.
No
I
problem.
believe it.
4-door
Yeah.
sedan, ludicrous mode, just
Crazy.
dude, it's
The only sad thing is you can't hear it.
you can't, but dude, the display and he's like, dude, it's got the own self-driving mode. And I'm like, please don't do that. Keep your hand on the wheel. Like, I just don't trust
Keep your
it,
hand on the
right?
steering
Yeah.
wheel.
Yeah, put it, if not, get over, let me drive this thing, right?
Yeah.
It's a different experience. I've never ridden an electric bike, but yeah, you don't hear nothing. You hear the tires and the brakes. You're like, are my brakes bad? It's only got
Yeah.
6,000 miles because I hear squeaking and squealing and
Yeah.
all that good stuff
No,
that
you
goes
just get to
along,
hear it more.
right? But
Yeah.
dude, if you have a chance, which I'm sure you'll have an opportunity in the future, somebody gonna have a Tesla.
Probably. Yeah.
Dude, when you get in ludicrous mode, put the seatbelt on and enjoy the ride, my friend, because you're gonna be like, holy shit, this
Yeah.
thing is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, we have another buddy of mine, Jack Bucci, on here with us, man. Jack is from Canada. He's out there, he races. He's an absolute
Heck
legend
yeah.
too. Yeah, dude. He actually has a dude, it's badass. He sent me some pictures. So him and his dad did his dad's name is Lewis. What's going on, buddy? They took an R6 and put an R7 motor in it, and that's what he's racing this year.
Oh, that's cool.
Ain't that cool,
Because the
man?
R7 frame is not amazing.
But the R6 frame is absolutely amazing.
It is really amazing. People got that thing set up good.
Well, it's been around for like the
A long
couch shit.
time.
They ain't changed the ZX6R since 08, just body work, or 2011 and up, I think is the same almost.
Back far.
Right. So
Yeah.
they have a lot of years in developing that chassis. And,
Mm-hmm.
when they come out with that bike, it was solely basically a race bike for club racers and Moto America and all that. So,
Yep.
but dude, what a killer idea. I was like, bro, that's going to be a weapon because you have the chassis now and the motor, that twin. Yeah, dude, it's absolutely going to be gnarly, man. He says, cool. Jack says, hey guys, he says the R6 with the R7 motor is an awesome bike. Jack, I meant to ask you if you actually turned some laps on it yet, because they were in the process when I had him on the podcast of getting it together. He sent me some pictures of it done, but I don't know if he actually threw a leg over it, but I'm sure it's pretty mean.
Sounds like he did.
Yeah, sounds like he did, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, dude, absolutely cool, man. Bro, listen, your future, and I keep saying it, Brenden, because I'm so proud of you of where you started in that short amount, because you haven't really been racing a long time. Not like a lot of the,
yeah,
you have, but
yeah,
right? 3, 4
Yeah.
years old.
Mhm.
But to get where you are now and to be where you are and how fast you are and the attitude, like I said, you have on you and the energy you put out, man, it's absolutely amazing to see.
Oh yeah.
100%. Jack says, was riding in at Hastings for the armor race this past weekend and absolutely loved it, bro. I
That's
bet you
cool.
did, dude. That is so cool, man. I
A
wonder,
bunch of people came over and looked at it.
yeah, because he
I
fires up this
bet.
R6. He's
This
like, wait a minute.
why does it sound like a twin?
What did you guys put a different crank
Triple,
in there?
triple?
Yeah, right. What are you guys doing? Is that an M1 motor in that thing?
Yeah.
Dude, how cool would that be, right? Put an R1
That'd be
motor in an R6. Well,
I don't
basically
know
the
how'd that
R1s,
go.
right? Might tie it in knots
Yeah.
the whole time you're
Twist
riding
the
it.
frame.
I mean, hey, it's happened. Dude, have you seen the Kramer? Not the Kramer, the Crichton. Have you seen the Crichton bike?
I've never heard of that. What is
Bro,
that?
dude, you need to look up the Crichton bike, Crition. I think I'm not the greatest spell in the world, but I'm pretty sure that's how you spell it. Anyway, what they did was they took a rotary engine and they put it and they made this crotch
Okay.
rocket.
I think I've heard of it now.
Yeah,
You said rotary and I was like, okay.
well, Guy Martin, he tested it at Cadwell Park, which is my favorite racetrack in the
Yeah.
world. Man, dude, that thing sounds so mean, so
That's so
wicked,
cool. I
dude.
think I have seen it. I didn't know it was called Crichton. I just saw it. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Crichton. So let me ask you this, man: if you could race any bike, of course, I know you're going to say BMW, right? But other than the BMW, if you had your choice of weapon, what weapon would you choose? What would be your go-to weapon?
Ooh, any bike?
Any bike.
Mm. Hmm. That's a good question. Probably the Ducati MotoGP bike. Everyone loves that.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna clear the air on this. Everybody knows I'm a Ducati man, right? I got the tattoo, but
Yeah.
I just don't think it was fair that Dorona let them have 8 bikes on the grid. Of course, they're going to be the most dominant bike. Give them 2 years
Course.
and look where
Yeah.
they are because they got so much data and different. Not there. Everybody in MotoGP is absolute legend, right? But there's still different tiers of riders in MotoGP, so they're getting all this data, right? Because the
Mm-hmm.
way I ride is different. The way you ride, my clip on,
Yep.
just everything, right? Um, so they have a little unfair advantage, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I
Yeah.
said this, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's
Yeah.
really this. So, yeah, they are the dominant bike, of course, and I think
Yep.
a lot of that has to do with that, solely with
Yeah.
that, and sharing
So
the
many.
data
There's
between
so many
teams.
versions of the bikes, and they're still fast.
Bro,
Like
Marquez
last
was
year's
killing it
bike.
last year on the 24.
Yeah. It's wild.
It is. I would
I would
love.
love to like experience that.
Well, hey, you never know what the future holds for you, my friend. You
Exactly.
really don't. I mean, Josh Hayes raced the M1.
Mm-hmm.
Roger Hayden raced the Kawasaki. I had to think about that
Yep.
for me. Yeah, the Kawasaki one,
The
it was in
Kawasaki
there.
900 or whatever.
So I don't see there's no reason that in the future that you couldn't, they'd be like, hey, come on
Yep.
over for a test ride and let's
I would
go,
love
right?
that.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah, you would.
That's the dream. That's the pinnacle of racing.
So let me ask you this. Right now as we speak, where do you see yourself? What is your future goals that you want to achieve in this sport?
Well, I
He's
can't
like, you
really
put me
see
on the spot.
myself. Yeah, yeah. I can't really see myself being like an influencer, like popular like that. I can't see myself, but I feel like in the next 5 years I could. But I just want to have fun. If I'm not having fun, I don't want to do this.
Yeah,
It's
I know. I know.
yeah.
And see, this is what I'm talking about. You're a lot like me. You're so humble, right? It's
Hmm.
like when people, I'm sure when people come up to you and ask you for pictures and autographs on the inside, you're like, this is so weird. Even
It
right now, you're
is,
like, this is
but
weird,
it's an honor to do it.
bro.
I've signed a tire, I've signed a helmet, I've signed a someone's VP like 10-gallon VP tank. It's it's cool. It's so cool.
It's a little bit of awkward, but it is an honor, right? It's
Yes.
it's like that too when they're like, I want to get a picture. I'm like, with me? You don't want a picture with me, right? Like, dude, come on.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's very humbling. It
it
really is,
is.
right?
Yeah.
Do you have any merch for sale? You got any hats, t-shirts, anything like that people can buy from you?
I don't know.
Bro, we got to get you some shirts and hats out there.
Yeah, I'm definitely down to do that for people if they like.
Oh, dude, of course, people would
I
like.
I see you. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
like you
So
got a couple things back there.
I got just a very few things. I wonder if I can get my camera to. So I
Go.
told you I'm learning this camera. I'm supposed to be able to hold my hand up like this. It's supposed to blink twice and then do it. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
I got
like
it. Look.
that.
See, look. Yeah,
Whoa,
look how cool
that's so
that
sick.
is. Yeah, dude, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's weird though. Seeing my screen move with me, I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait, is it right?
What's going on here? Yeah,
That's cool.
I'm a big collector. Is what you guys can't see that I will actually send you pictures of my podcast table. I have I acquired an RC51 frame, right? And it was bent, totaled bite.
That's fine.
Frame was given to me. So I had it in
That's
my
so
garage and I was
cool.
like, man, I really want to do something with this frame. I'm gonna make a table. So I took it to work, got some stuff welded to it, powder coated it this bright, like orange, almost like the orange cat. No bullshit, dude. I'll
Yeah.
send you some pictures. Got it down here, put a tabletop on it, and this is my podcast table. And then I got a 748. Um, took the frame, did the same thing. So now that's one's in my living room. So
That's awesome.
I love it, dude. I'm a nerd, man. Yeah, I'm just
That's so cool.
fed up with it. Like,
It's fine.
dude, it's so let me ask you this, bro. The Isle of Man TT's going on. Dude, do you watch the TT?
I seen clips on Instagram. I don't watch it.
Bro,
I know.
bro.
I don't even know what to watch it on.
Dude, the TT Plus app.
I didn't even know there was an app.
Yeah, so you go to your app store, Google, or whatever
Okay.
phone you got, TT Plus, it'll pop up.
Just
You
like Moto
download
America?
it, just like Moto America. But with the TT, it's $30 for the 2 weeks. But you can the app is free. You don't have to pay the $30 if you don't want to watch the 2025 TT, right? It'll be on. They'll put it on there afterwards, right when it's over. But they have a series called Between the Hedges. And there's a couple other series on there that you could watch that put you behind the scenes, and you can watch the previous years of races. You know, they'll have like a 20-minute section of the Superbike on all that.
That's
to me,
sweet.
bro, to me, the TT is the most amazing, beautiful thing I've ever seen. Hang on. My son is FaceTiming me real quick. Hang on. He's at the pool. What's up, Buttercup? At the pool? I'm actually live on a podcast right now. Say hi to Brenden.
Yo, what's up, guys?
What's up?
What's up?
Are you having fun?
Dad, can you send me $10 on Venmo real quick? We're gonna buy some snacks.
Yeah, I'll send you $10 on Venmo.
All right. All right.
You just wait, Brandon. You just wait. All right, buddy. I love you.
Love you.
All right, bye.
That's awesome.
Bro, so like today I left work early. And I knew I was leaving work early. That's when I scheduled this podcast with you in the afternoon because you're in California.
Yeah.
My son got his braces off finally, right? He's had them on for like 2 years. And then as soon as we get home, I was like, okay, I got this podcast in about an hour. 5 minutes later, his friends call me like, dude, we're going down to the pool down the street. It's like 3 miles down the road. Dude, meet us there. He's like, Dad, can I go to the pool? I'm like, yeah, I'll take you and drop you off. And I already knew he was going to call me and say, bro, can I get some money? Yeah, send me money. It's always that, right? Dad, I need some money. Dad, I need some money. And of course, I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
Right? So,
that's
and
good.
You know, I tell people this, man, and you know, I do this podcast obviously because of my love for this sport and giving the voice and the platform to people like you and everybody else that otherwise wouldn't have to get their stories told, right?
Yeah.
But at the
I
end of the day,
appreciate that, by the way.
Oh, dude, listen, the honor's all mine. And that's why I put out posts all the time thanking everybody. And at the end of the podcast, I thank everybody because if it wasn't for you and everybody else coming on here, I would not be able to do this, right? So at the end of the day, all you guys are absolutely the legends and superstars of the sport, the future legends, everything else that goes along with it. But at the end of the day, I do it for my son. You know, that way, if I was to end this podcast and 20 minutes go by and I drop dead from whatever reason, right? Aliens come and duck me or whatever, find out the earth is flat, right? And I drop dead from a heart attack or whatever, right? Yeah. my son can always go back to Spotify, iHeart, yada, 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 and see me physically, see me laugh, see me smile, see me, all that. And to me,
That's amazing.
That's the most important thing. So
that's amazing.
yeah, man.
I love that.
Man, dude, it's and what's funny, dude, I got a lot of friends, man. And every time I show up to the track, Brenden, and Rossi is not with me, they don't say, "Oh, Simcoe, it's good to see you," blah, blah, blah. They're like, "Bro, where's Rossi at?" And I'm like, he's at home. Like,
of course, like
let's FaceTime him real quick. Okay. Hey, buddy, what's up, man? Yeah.
That's awesome.
But it is, man. It's one of the few places that once you become a dad, you'll understand that when you show up somewhere with your son, especially a big Moto America event, and there's thousands of people running around. Of course, you always want them by your side so you can always keep an eye on them. But when I go there, literally, we get out the car, he's off hanging out with Yondell and Isaac Woodworth and Avery Dreyer and Ella and all of them. He eats, he sleeps, he does all, like, I might see him 4 times that day, of course, unless my phone rings and he says, "Daddy, I'm hungry," or "Daddy, I need this shirt. Yeah, I need some money. Send me some Venmo." So I'm like, okay, here you go. Right.
All right. That's awesome.
It's I wanted him to obviously be a racer and be into the sport like me. He loves the sport and he loves to come. But when we come home, he got a brand new dirt bike. He's ridden it once since Christmas. So yeah, I mean, I don't force him, because if I force him, he's never going to want to do it. And that's not.
No, that's good. That's good.
So I just leave it out there all shiny. I'll take it out every once in a while, ride it around. He'll see me ride. I'll peep through the window. I'm like, "Come on out, buddy. Let's go." And he's like, I'm Fortniting it, Daddy. I'm like, "Well, you staying there and Fortnite it then, right?" Yeah.
He'll get over it. Trust.
I know.
You will.
I know. It was a little hard though, man. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say it broke my heart. It was just, I guess being a dad, I had to, realize that his dreams are not my dreams. He's got his own dreams and his own visions, and I fully support him. Dude, if he wants to say, "Hey, I want to be a professional skydiver or dancer or whatever," I'm like, "Dude, I can do the chata. Let's go, right? Let's go. I'm all in."
I might not jump from a plane, but let's dance.
Bro, have you ever been skydiving?
I have not, but my dad has a bunch of times.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, that was one of the only times in my life where I felt more freer than being on my motorcycle, which is really difficult for me to say.
Yeah.
It was that initial, I was scared of heights. So that's how I come over my fear of heights was, am I still scared of heights? Yeah, I still get nervous. I'm not gonna lie. But when I get up there, I'm like, dude, I jumped 12,000 feet out of an airplane. I can climb 50 feet up on here, right?
Yeah.
Your favorite roller coaster, when you do that and your stomach leaves you, dude, it's immensified by like 100. It is absolutely. It's not the sudden drop, bro. It was when they open up the door and the guy straps you in, bro, and you look down and like you can't see shit. Like the earth is like this big, right?
Yeah.
And then you got to take your hand and grab a hold of this handle and then put your outside foot on this platform. And by then you realize, dude, you're 3/4 hanging out the airplane already, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And the guy whispers in my ear. He knew I was nervous. So he fucked with me the whole time. Dude, Brenden, I was nervous. Like I was profusely sweating. Right.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm so scared of heights. I was shaking. He grabs my foot. And this guy, he's asleep the whole time, sitting there with his eyes closed, right? And he was making me even more nervous, bro. I was like, dude, what is going on? He whispers in my ear. He says, "There's no backing out. You are going to jump." And I said, "Oh, shit."
What?
Yeah. He said, I just remember when I grabbed the dash, dude, and I look over to my left. I close my eyes because, dude, the pilot, he could smell my fear, right? I grab the dash, dude, and I'm shaking, I'm sweating, dude. I'm just like, oh my God. And I look over and the pilot looks at me and all I see is this shit-eating grin on his face, right? And that even made me even more nervous. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to die today. Bro, that initial jump was absolutely amazing, but stepping out on that platform and just allowing myself to come over that mental barrier block to just let go, right? I guess part of that too was letting go of things that I can't control and focusing on more of the things that I can control. I think that's where I kind of like made that up in my mind this is how I want to start to be, right?
Yeah.
Bro, it was absolutely the most craziest thing I ever done. Hands down. Like, yeah, sitting on the grid, visors down, dumping the clutch, everybody going into turn one, the heart's racing, everybody's rubbing elbows.
I still get butterflies.
Yeah, of course, because we love the sport. I get butterflies before every podcast. Like, I'll pace the house, and it's the anxiety and the excitement. Right? Dude, trust me, I'm the same. And my wife would be like, she's like, I've done almost 400 episodes, which is crazy.
That's awesome.
Appreciate it, man. She's like, dude, you've done so many episodes. I don't understand why you still pace the floor. I'm like, it's the excitement, it's the anxiety, it's the nerves, it's the But when I sit down in the chair and mean you 10 minutes before we go live, all that shit goes away. Right?
Exactly.
It's weird, so to speak, right? It's but dude, you need to. My point is, bro, you should go skydiving.
I'm really interested in it. Yeah, for sure.
You'll be like, this is a lot of fun.
The way my dad talks about it too. He was like alive.
Oh, dude, it's the most adrenaline rush at one time besides racing. Track days, people, track days, they're fun. Don't get me wrong, but it's nothing like lining up on the grid. Absolutely.
Like another day,
Dude, it's just, I'm out here, I'm riding, I'm not on the street, I'm blah, 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 whatever. I'm having fun. Racing, that's a whole nother ball game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jumping out of an airplane, it's a little crazy.
It is, it's new.
Have you seen the video of Travis Pastrana jumping out of the airplane with no parachute on?
Yeah, he drank the Red Bull. Yeah,
bro, dude,
have you seen that guy's body, like his bones, like
dude,
his X-ray?
I seen that early on. I was at the dentist office, my son was getting his teeth off, and I was like, holy shit, dude,
that guy's crazy.
Dude, imagine when he gets like 50, 60. Dude, he's gonna be like, I can't even move. Yeah, dude, it's like canes and walkers for real.
But he's still doing it.
He is
still doing it.
He is. Well, we often say the word alien amongst Valentino Rossi, Marc Marquez, and all our favorite riders, right? To me, the true aliens of the sport is every man and woman that do the TT, because it's a public road.
I don't want to do that.
That's just right. How lucky are we in this lifetime to even see something like that? They even allow that, right? It's they are the true aliens. They are the true I don't want to say crazy or mental, because we're all a little loopy somewhere.
We're all a little crazy.
Right, we're all a little crazy. They just to that next level, man.
Yeah.
It's man, dude. So we've got another buddy of mine, dude, Luke Hutchison, all the way from the UK. Hey Chris, how's it going? What is up, Luke? Dude, Luke, meet Brenden Luke. Yeah. So he's out there on a supermoto. He just got done racing CB. So they have a class out there with the CB 500 class where you race a CB 500.
Whoa.
Dude, tell me how cool that would be. Old school bike, old school brakes, cheap racing, heavy bike. Bro.
Yeah.
Fun class. Absolutely. Cool. Oh, dude. So speaking of BMW, have you met my buddy Nate Kern yet?
It doesn't ring a bell. If I saw a face, maybe.
Nate Kern, ball-headed, ambassador for BMW, rides with Top Rack, races Moto America. He did at Atlanta. He raced a Super Hooligan on a it was a Boxster. Shouldn't even be out there racing. He was like in the top 10, which is crazy. Blows my mind.
What number?
Hang on. I'll just show you.
Okay, that looks familiar.
Yep.
That's funny. I need the number.
Yep. I don't know why my camera just went all crazy and haywire on me. So there you guys go. There's some posters right there.
Heck yeah. I see Nikki.
Yep, Nikki. And then I got my buddy Sammy Halbert, Brad Baker, Valley. Dude, I got Tony Elise. I got freaking Kyle Wyman. Dude, Anthony Gobert signed poster right here.
Wow.
The Circuits of America signed by a bunch of the MotoGP guys. And then I got
all those hats.
Dude, oh my God. Dude, it's insane. I got Marco Melandri and Casey Stoner, Miguel Duhamel, Joey Dunlop, dude, Giacomo Agostini.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome. You should see our office. It's got a bunch of that type of stuff. Dude, not that level, but
hang on. Let me bring my camera back over here. like I said, I'm trying to learn this camera. Come on, buddy, you gonna follow me or not? Okay, I guess not. Then I'll just switch my seat real quick. I'll get it to work one way or another. Come on, buddy. This is crazy. Dude, I literally just got this camera like 2 days ago.
Oh, dang. Hey, we're testing. It's okay.
It's testing like you do with the BMW, right?
Exactly.
It's electronic, it's AI.
Custom tune.
Yeah, all that good stuff. I don't know. Maybe it don't want to work. Maybe just said, you know what, I quit. I'm done with you right now. Anyway, yeah, it's you'll have to send me some pictures of your guys' whole setup.
I got you.
100%. Dude, are you into Legos? You do like?
Well, I mean, I didn't make this, but it's pretty cool.
Oh, dude, F1.
Yeah.
Do you
My
watch
sister's
F1?
boyfriend made that. Not really. I see the stuff online. I don't know. It's a lot. You gotta sit there for hours. It's wild,
bro. It is. It's all right. Hang
like
on.
I'll play the game. I'll play F1.
Oh yeah, F1's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, that's the wrong way.
Wrong way.
Going back around this way. There we go. Yeah, let's go. All right, stop. What are you doing? No, stop.
No.
Come on back. Yeah, right there. So there's my Ducati Lego.
Oh, sweet. I see it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I got the freaking that helmet is the, or am I at the camera? The Tissot limited edition MotoGP watch, blah, blah, blah. Dude, I don't even wear this thing, and I paid stupid money for it.
Hey, show.
I mean, dude, it says MotoGP on it, right? All right.
Gotta find the right fit for it.
Right to fit. Yeah. So speaking of Eli Colby, that's actually his leather suit right here.
Which one? Oh, yeah.
The black one.
It. Dang.
Hang on, let me bring this back out. There we go. Yep. So he gave that to me at Jersey inside. He's like, I got something for you, Simcoe. Real quick, funny story, dude. So my man Isaac Woodworth right here, right? So that whole weekend, he was like, who's your favorite rider? Who's your favorite rider, right? I was like, all my friends are my favorite. He's like, no, I'm your favorite. And I was like, okay, you're my favorite, right? Yeah, sure. Eli said, bro, I got something for you. He gives me this leather suit. And I was like, dude, you don't have to give me that. He's like, no, I want you to have it. He signed it. So I walked up to Isaac, right? And I threw the leather suit on the ground. I said, Eli's my favorite rider. Look what he just gave me, bro. The look on his face. He's like, well, I got something for you. So at the end of the weekend, yeah, dude, he gives me his belly pan and he signs it. And right before I left to drive back home, I gave him a big hug. I said, you're my favorite, Isaac. And he just started laughing, dude. It's a little inside joke we got. It's hilarious.
That's funny.
Oh, my God. It's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Listen, dude, Brenden, this has been awesome, man. We've been on this for 1 hour and 8 minutes already. Man,
it was like 10
flies.
minutes.
Dude, it does. So what I need you to do, we're going to end this podcast here in a minute. I just need you to stay on with me for another minute. So we're going to go ahead and schedule our next episode. We'll get it on the calendar. Before we get off here, I'm going to let you end the podcast. But before I do that, I got to give all my shout outs. First one is Next Level Financial, the main sponsorship of this show. Take control of your financial future. Get your complimentary financial analysis today by Seth Starnes. He's on Facebook, Next Level Financial. You guys look him up. He does 401k. Anything has to do with financial, right? Now, I tell people that, you know, it's good to have somebody in the industry that understands all that stuff, that wants to help you. You know, stay on track and stay buying these tires and the entry fees and the travel and all that good stuff, dude. It is absolutely. Next up, of course, Bison. It's 2025. People go to bisontrack.com, take that off the rack suit, make a purse, make a backpack, give it to one of your loved ones, your son, your boyfriend, your dog, whoever you want to give it to, right? Go to bisontrack.com, get you a full custom suit. Ask B. It is a game changer when you have a custom suit that's tailored, measured specifically for you. Not an off the rack suit when you wear, it might fit you. You're like, yeah, this fits, but you can't bend over fully like this, or it might be super tight right here in your arms. It might be baggy, be a windbreaker going down the front straight where it's choking you and you're like, I can't breathe, right? All that good stuff. So 2025 people, bisontrack.com. Big shout out to my man Chef Eats. You guys can use a discount code Pin to Gas to save 10%. TST Industries out there in Florida, amazing people. Everybody can go to. I just got my new things in the mail from the Clothing King. You guys can go to clothingkings.co.uk and order all your Pin to Gas merch over there in the UK. Everybody's always asking me about my beanie hat and my soft shell jacket. It's exactly where I got it from.
Nice.
It's yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Big shout out to SFL Mini GP. You guys can go to miniusasbk.com and sign up for the next event. Cool thing about SFL Mini GP, not only is a lot of the future legends coming out of there, North and South Florida, right? You got, Jersey and South. Of course, we got them out there. Apex racing out there in California too with the legend John Hopkins.
Mm-hmm.
With SFL Mini GP, all you got to do is register, Brendan. You don't need a bike, leathers, boots, gloves, nothing. You register, you show up, they provide the bike, the leathers, the whole setup. So there's no excuses. There's no excuses why you can't go and have fun, right?
Heck yeah.
You always wanted to drag your knee? SFL Mini GP. Get you on a little Grom, little Z, and get out there and rub elbows and have fun.
Mini bikes are fun.
Dude, I'm a huge fan of mini bike racing. Not only is it the most fun I've ever had, smiles for miles on a bike, and it is cheap to race. You can pick up a Grom or a TNT cheap. The tires are cheap. They last you pretty much all. I mean, it's just how much fun can you have, right?
Exactly.
And dude, it teaches you so much, Brendan. It teaches you about late braking and getting on the gas and standing the bike up because it don't have enough horsepower to even.
Not low risk.
Right. And when you get on a bigger bike, 300, 400, 600 alpha, right? You learn the movements and the way she talks to you and all the motions in the oceans and all that good stuff. Yeah. Big shout out to RD Racing and my man Jake Marsh out there that got third place in Bimmies. Boy, let's go, man. I love it, dude. Vet2 Track, all my veterans out there, you can go to vet2track.com. Jim Whitman has an amazing program for all the vets. His whole motto is curing PTSD one lap at a time, which is amazing. Yes, it is. Flying Eyes Optics for your sunglass needs. You guys can use a discount code Pin to Gas. Big shout out to 64 Degree Racing. I say this all the time. Do not go to a track day, especially if it's going to be super hot, right? Bring at least 2 or 3 undersuits. Don't wear that one undersuit, especially if you're going for a weekend or an endurance race and you got a couple races. Bro, you're going to walk up to people and they're going to be like,
get away from me.
What are you doing? Go take a shower, right? But so Tate from 64 Degree Racing sent me 2 custom undersuits, and they are by far my favorite undersuits. You got people that have 1 piece, people that like the 2-piece. I go both ways, not that way, but I go both ways, right? I love my Bison 1-piece because it's got the man zipper, so I don't have to fully take everything off. I just unzip and then unzip and zip, and I'm good to go, right?
Yep, there you go.
That's what I love about the Bison. But as far as 2-piece, 64 Degree Racing, let's go all the way. Absolutely amazing. Big shout out to venomsport.com. Aliki sent me a shirt. It is my favorite podcast shirt that I own. It is absolute. Right there.
Right there.
Right there it is. Yeah. It's absolutely amazing. I've had a lot of people when I put the post out there ask me if I'm going to get some of these for sale. Yes, I'm going to be placing an order, so you guys stay tuned. They'll be available to purchase. Big shout out to Road Racing World. I need everybody to go to roadracingworld.com and donate to the air fence. It's imperative that we have the donation so we can keep the air fences on the grid, because guess what? If we don't have air fences, we don't have corner marshal workers, and we don't have an ambulance, guess what? We're not having fun. So $5, $10, $50, whatever you can do helps. $1, whatever it is. And if you're lucky and you show up to a Moto America event and Ulrich has got his 2-seater, I think the donation's $350. You get to take some laps around the track on the back with Chris Ulrich. Have you ever been on a tour ride?
At Laguna.
Bro, you got to tell me about that real quick. I want to do it so bad.
Oh my God. Well, so we were in a crunch for time, so he couldn't do like a flyer lap. But oh my God, of course he knows me, so he wasn't backing down at all. It's gnarly.
I bet it is, man.
It's awesome.
I bet.
Good experience.
Yeah, I'm Chris Ulrich. I know you listen to these, bro. We got to make this happen, homie, for sure. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of BTR, Bill Train Race. So big shout out to them, Royal Enfield. I actually be a VIP guest with them at VIR. So I can't wait to see all my friends there, be there. Is your dad going to be there?
I don't believe so.
Boo. What about Jersey, the last race of the year?
Well, this was Road America was a special, like a unique
situation.
Yeah.
All right.
Her dad wasn't able to go, so she hired my dad to go.
I love it, right?
To
We'll
be
just
her
bring your
dad.
dad.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Big shout out to KYT helmets. If you're not in a KYT, I don't know what you're wearing. I'm sure you wear Arai. Listen, I got a bunch of Arais. I actually got my original Doug Chandler helmet from back in the day, the old RX7RR, I think is the model designation of it. I got a Colin Edwards, dude. Yeah, it's funny when it comes to helmets, they're like tennis shoes. You see a helmet, a particular style, paint, whatever it is, you're like, oh my
Looks
God, that
good.
thing's bad. You'll put it on, you're like, yeah, this thing just don't fit me at all, right? So
Yes.
Rise fit me really good. KYTs fit me really good. AJV is kind of a hit or miss, which is kind of crazy because the same person that makes AGV helmets designed the KYT helmet. And if you put them side by side, they're almost identical helmets in the shapes and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But the
AGVs are just really, really expensive.
bro, it's and this is part of the sport too that I'd love to see come down some, because when new people get in the sport and they want to show up and do a track day, they don't have leathers, or they don't have somebody that can donate them a set of leathers, and they got to purchase leathers, boots, gloves, back protector, a helmet that'll actually pass tech, not that what built from Cycle Gear, any of that, Sedici, none of that, right? Right. So if you get you a proper, just that setup alone, you're looking at $4,000 plus just in proper gear, right?
Yeah.
So it's
proper safe gear.
It's imperative that you have it. No, you don't need the $3,000 AGV helmet or the $2,500 Alpine Star helmet. Do yourself a favor. You can get you the new KX1 KYT. I think it's $800. Right. And then you can get the NZ race. I think they're $550 all day long. I mean,
get yourself a proper helmet.
Get yourself a proper helmet. Get yourself an Arai. Get yourself a KYT, right? Arai's been in the game a long time. I remember our local dealership down the road. There was an Arai rep there, and he had just the shell, non-painted, none of that.
Yeah.
And dude, he's like, come on over here, man. Step on this. And I was like, man, I'm going to crush that thing. It didn't even move.
Nope.
Solid. I was like,
that's awesome.
Yes, absolutely. Big shout out to K-Tech Suspension, my man Birch, Kendall, and Dakari. Ghetto Customs for all your custom body work. Dripping Wet Graphics, REB Graphics, and GRG Graphics. You're not going to go wrong with ordering from any one of those. They're all three my friends, and they all three make proper mega graphics, right? So it's like leather suits, bro. You got Bison and all these brands of leather suits. What I tell people is it's get in where you fit in with the people you feel most comfortable, that has the same vibe as you. That's who you're gonna go with, right?
Oh yeah.
Do yourself a favor, get your custom suit, get your good helmet, get your good back protector, get your my chest protectors right here, get your good chest protector, and a good set of gloves, and go have some fun, right?
Exactly.
Big shout out to Woodcraft, Mark 10 Motorsports. Mark 10, right? With the Pirelli and all. Mark 10, well, he's over here, but yeah, I know you know who Mark 10 is.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Free Hugs Racing, Nicole Polich Photography, and my man Stick Boy, man. What's up? That's a lot.
There's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot.
Dude, all these are my friends in the industry that some of them are my personal sponsors. Some of them, I run their logo on my shirt just because I believe in them and in their products, and I want to help promote them, which helps grow our sport too as well. So I'm a firm believer in, we got a lot of friends in the industry. Don't ask for discounts, pay the full price, because it helps them out a lot. They're already giving out a bunch of discounts to riders and blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
They're your real true friends and you really believe in their product. If it's $80, pay $80. Don't even worry about the discount. Just do it, man. It really helps out a whole lot of people. So anyway, Brenden, dude, that's a lot on me. Now it's your time to shine. Hang on, let me grab it. The microphone is all you, boy. Let's go.
All right. I'd like to thank Rider Gear, RTM, CT Racing, Pirelli, Chris McGuire, and Corey Newer, Arai Helmets, Keys Racing, John Ridey, Mike Canfield at MC Tech, T Creations, Graves Motorsports, PCP Motorsports, J&J Auto Body, Daredevil Motorsports, Arai Helmets. Oh yeah, Flex Racing. That's basically it.
Flex, you guys see it right here, dude. Yeah. So I looked into the Flex shirts and I was like,
oh, and of course Orange Cat and Light Fighter,
bro. Orange Cat. You can't forget that. You cannot forget that.
No.
Look, my son's calling me again. So listen, on that note,
Oh, you're
me
good.
and B are out of here. You guys have the rest of the proper week. Stay on with me for 1 second, and we're gonna go ahead and schedule our next one. And on that note, people, we are out of here, and this will be out everywhere tomorrow. I'll tag you on socials and all that good
Sweet.
stuff. So see you guys. All right, let me end this.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.